Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new vlog. I know that I've been away for a few weeks now just because life has been quite busy, and honestly I felt a little bit unmotivated and uninspired to create content just because my day-to-day life is pretty much busy and mundane. But throughout those few weeks, the UK had snow, which was beautiful. I had a meeting with our developer to go through all the snaggings, which the builder were supposed to come fix them earlier this week but never showed up. So I'm gonna stop waiting for them. But yeah, we have a few developments around the house. We had some DIY, our first DIY, which explains my bandages around my hand. I'm obviously not very pro at DIYing, but it is quite common in the UK to have a lot of stuff do it yourself. We are looking to prepare our garden in the next few weeks. So I've looked into gardening and what tools we need. I have a few deliveries arriving earlier this morning. So I'm going to make my coffee and then go through the unboxing with you guys. So the idea is we have a backyard and we have a little grass turf at the front. So I'll insert some clips here, but in our front yard there is 2 trees and some empty soil around it, which means in my understanding that it's easier for weeds to grow. Because there's a grass turf around that soil area, I don't think it is quite convenient for me to do any planting, just because if I need to plant anything in that soil area, I have to kind of go through the grass turf. So I think the easiest, especially because it's a front yard, we don't want to make it look very messy, is to mulch it up. But in order to mulch it up, I can't just throw in mulch on top. What I read was, please correct me or share more information with me if you are more familiar with this area, just because I've never planted anything in my whole entire life. The idea is you have to clean up the soil first, so all the rocks, all of the rubbish that's the construction around us made, I have to clean that area up first, clean up the soil, and I have to dig it, soften that up, and then add some of these farmyard manure, mix it up, and then cover it up with mulch. We also are thinking of using a organic or natural mulch, so like a bark chipping, wood chippings, so that it can compost and feed its nutrition back to the soil instead of plastic for the moment, just because aesthetically I think that would look better. So yeah, we have this manual coming in, but we're planning to go to the garden center maybe this weekend to look at some mulch, because I prefer a darker, almost close to black mulch rather than brown or a straw color tone. But I think I'm not going to take this out. I'm just going to keep it in this box here, but it's really heavy. So on the topic of gardening then, I've picked up some tools, which is probably the most fun part at the moment. I looked at a lot of tools. I think to me, having nice tools also make the process a little bit more enjoyable. So of course there's lots in Amazon, but I saw a brand called Argon & Ball or something. They only have their logo here. I don't know what this is called. But I basically bought a spade and a fork. So let me open these up first. Right, so I got a digging spade. But yeah, this is a collaboration with Sophie Conran. And this is from Argon & Ball. Show you. I don't want to. Right here. So I have a fork and I have a spade, and I'm going to be perhaps doing some digging with these in the near future. I'm a complete noob if you cannot tell, so it's going to be interesting. Of course, because today is the first day, I have my arena flowers. So in this week's treat, add a touch of natural serenity to the home with beautiful white avalanche roses and pussy willow. And next week is purple tulips and eucalyptus. Okay, and they also have a simple description of how you're going to arrange it. Quite simple, straightforward. So I don't know what I want to do with the roses or eustoma yet. I think I'm just going to have the eucalyptus on its own, and then roses on its own, and then eustoma on its own, rather than mix it all up. It really depends. I want to change it up a little bit. So I'm going to condition these and show you guys what it looks like afterwards. And this is the final display. I decided to break it up rather than having all of them like really relaxed and stuff. I have a group of pussy willow, kind of made a rose bouquet, and a smaller group of eustomas in the living room. Just kind of group them into a bunch and have eustomas perking around, just because actually eucalyptus, they dry up pretty easily, so I wouldn't say like their vast life isn't like as long, and eustoma supposedly their vast life is okay, but yeah, I'm just gonna place them here. I also have this bunch which should be dried. They dried up pretty nicely. This is definitely dry, this is kind of dried up, but yeah, it was from a Valentine's bouquet, and I kind of just mixed up the foliage that I have and put it in this jar, which I actually really like. So okay, yeah, that's it for the flowers faffing. I'm going to tidy all the boxes, throw away the recycling and stuff, and get on with my day. I do have a lot of errands or house tasks to do. So I have the laundry, I have to clean up the cats, and there's another project that I want to get going, which I'll talk about when I'm done with tidying these things. So it has been about an hour. I've been reading up on composting, in particular bokashi compost, just because, you know, with the gardening in mind, obviously like mulching the front yard is a very simple, straightforward job. But moving forward, I do want to, we have like this very narrow strip of land on the outside, and it would be nice to perhaps grow some flowers, or like obviously I would love to have like raised beds, but let's just start from a very smaller scale. But with like cooking every day, we do throw away a lot of kitchen scraps, so like the ends of the spring onions, coffee grounds, and which will end up in landfills. So I was looking up bokashi compost, which is apparently a much quicker way to turn your food scraps back into your soil. Now, for the remaining of the afternoon, I'm going to be doing two things: sowing the remaining or cutting all the remaining of my curtain rails and fixing all the window handles. So as I was saying, window treatment is something definitely we've been working with, and that's Biscoff right there. We have curtain rails kind of ready that needs to be cut so that when the builders come, they can just drill holes at the top and install the curtain rails. And so what we're doing today is, as you can see, because we've ordered these pet screens that we installed yesterday, they are from streams.com, and they're just like mosquito screens but more sturdy, so your pet, you know, will not escape if you try to open the window in the warmer months. But because of how our original handles were, they're quite bulky, and so we ordered these flatter ones, so that when we do close the window, it doesn't bulge out from the screens. Sorry, it's quite backlit, but this is our old windows. As you can see, it's quite bulgy, and I just need to unscrew all of these, take this off, and then basically screw the new ones on. I just finished updating all of the window knobs, and I haven't even did that sewing of the curtain rails yet, but it's already 4:30, and you know, when it's 4:30, then I have dinner prepare. But today has been such a good day. Well, like weather-wise, I've been quite productive, I guess. I mean, these are just all housework, potting around. So tomorrow, I think I'm going to try to measure out the paneling of my space. So let me talk you guys through about what we're planning to do. So from the house tour, we have this spare room that is either supposed to be like a snug or dining room, but neither of us need a snug nor dining room. So we thought about like changing into a guest room, but again, it was very unlikely to have guests over, especially during this time of, you know, pandemic and everything. So we cleared out most of the items. We have shoes here just because we actually ordered a custom shoe rack for this space here. But for this room, it's going to be kind of like my office area. What I want to do for this big wall here is to do 3 wall panels. I'm planning to do it myself just because it looks pretty easy. I mean, you're just basically using like no nails or whatever to create those designs. So kind of like these finishes. I think it is a good idea to do the wall paneling now when there's like not much furniture. So obviously, like, well, not obviously, but my plan is to have all of these walls in some type of paneling. But right now, since like if you panel it, all the walls are finished with paint and stuff, right? So if you panel it, you have to paint it all over again, which kind of seems like a redundant task to do at the moment. So we're just, sorry, my cats are kind of playing around with the toys. So we're just doing that particular wall just to try it out, and maybe in a few years time we can then start paneling the house. So that's that, and now I'm just going to make dinner, and if it's interesting, I'm going to film Otherwise, I think I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. I'm so excited for the weekend because we're going to the garden center, and this morning, besides doing some work, I cut up one of the milk cartons that we have because I saw a channel. I think she's like a Vietnamese from Germany. She has a beautiful video about her gardening journey, and it really inspired me to, I guess, get started, just because I feel like, yes, doing research and planning is important, but practically dipping my hands on gardening, it's also a learning process. And of course, the weather is so nice, so just gets into the mood of like growing stuff. And yeah, it's just one milk carton, nothing much, maybe two, but I'm planning to get soil, seed starter, and maybe like a few herb seed. But anyway, I have some unboxing like usual. I'm waiting for this shipment, so let me just open it up. It is a wooden bench. Seen an interior Instagram account, and I'll put a picture here, and that bench just clicks to me. So for my living room, I think it is like I'm playing super safe with always getting like beige tone colors, and I feel like it needs like darker, more masculine items to ground the space, because I don't want to make it too like floaty or like airy. So I have a lamp that I have ordered. I was also planning to buy a walnut coffee table, which cost a fortune, so that needs to put aside. But I really wanted to add like wooden benches around as a decor piece. You have no idea how expensive wooden benches could be. Like a old one or like a natural one can cost like 90 pounds or upwards. So, you know, this is also that, but it is in a design that I really want. We searched it up. It was super expensive in the UK, so I emailed the company and they were able to ship it to me in a reasonable price. So, company Aquatique. I saw their listing on Etsy and inboxed them, and they told me to email them. The process was super easy, so this is what the chair is looking like at the moment. The bench, it took a little bit longer than I like because I have to reassemble it and assemble it again properly. But yeah, just to give you an idea of what our living room is looking like. As you can see previously, the sofa, we try to add a little bit more tones of black by adding a blanket and this gray pillow, but I'm not like too feeling this just because this one is like quite sloppy, so I want something maybe a little bit longer and darker brown. I ordered a lamp, like a black, very minimalistic floor lamp that is to arrive in late March. But yeah, well, obviously I also have like cat toys around, but our mirror, the gold wooden one, will go there, and the little travertine plinth and our boucle chair, which I took away my temporary working space, but you kind of get an idea. Our curtains will go right there, flowing down here hopefully. But yeah, I kind of you know, get an idea of what it will look like. You know, this room definitely need a lot more brown tones for sure, but in the future I'd like wall panelings all the way around. So yeah, that is our living room now. Right, so I feel like it's been a few hours since I last talked to you, but I think for the remaining of the afternoon, I'm just going to cut all of the curtain rails so that if or whenever our builders were here, they can install them quick and easy for us. Wait, what? My saw just broke. Am I that strong? It broke and I'm almost like at the end. Am I doing this wrong? This is dangerous, no? Oh god. I guess I'm so close. I guess I'll just like snip it off. How annoying. Right, so change of plans now that my saw is broken. The pack or the kit did came with like alternatives, but I don't know professionally what happened or what it's supposed to do. I did went through with my hubby if that is the right saw like thingy to use. I don't know the exact terms, but anyway, it's a good time to stop because it is 4:30 now. So we're making Thai fried rice tonight with like a chicken thigh, I guess. So I'm just going to read up on the recipe and I guess prepare as we go along. Right, let's get cooking. So before I start cooking every evening, I tend to give my kitchen a tidy up first. So all the washing in the morning, you know, just clean it up so that I have a great working space to work with. Time to cook. Brian just came back, so I am late. So I always like to, you know, when I started first cooking, I always like to be like as efficient as possible, meaning I want to use the least amount of bowls and stuff. But right now I feel like, you know, I've kind of got over that and have prepared the food accordingly. Brian, let's say hi with my book. I'm so excited to watch WandaVision. If you guys, I think tonight's episode. Tonight's episode 8, and it's so good. Honestly, if you guys don't watch it, it's on Disney Plus. It's like one of those Marvel movies if you don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna start cooking now. To sign off and have this for dessert. Hey guys, it is the next day. We're on our way to the garden center, which isn't actually that far away from us, but yeah, we've been to that garden center once, but it's quite daunting. Like it has like everything. So this time, although I do have a list, I didn't bring it with me, so but I kind of know like what stuff I need to get. As you can see, the weather is gorgeous, and so I guess like once, well, it depends on how many things we can get. I think I'm gonna show you guys and get started with the front yard today. Maybe, not sure. I'm back home now from the garden center. I would say the trip was half successful, just because once we got there it was just super daunting. There's so much other stuff and the things that we need don't actually come in the name that we want it to be. So like we thought, okay, we're gonna pick up seed starter, soil, and some other things, but they come up with like mooch, but they don't actually go for that name. So they have like potting mix, they have compost, and they have mooch, but they were like a bed of mooch. Like it was 50 pounds for like a huge bed, which I don't think we need that much, nor were we able to carry that much. So let me show you guys what I got. So as you can see right now, of course, the fork and the digging spade that we had. We also got some weed control fabric, so to cover the areas that we are not ready to grow at the moment. We have a outdoor broomstick, a picker, so to pick up any rubbish. We also got a lawn edging for the front lawn. Otherwise, we also got some herbs. Oh wait, seeds, sorry. So we have rosemary seeds, parsley, this is spinach, lavender, tomato, well, 2 types of tomato, so 1 flower, and all of them are other food. We also have pegs to hold down the weed fabric thingy. I don't know if this is enough though. Otherwise, we have a pair of gloves and compost and I don't know, potting mix, which is supposed to be what you need because you actually don't need soil. You just need like potting mix. I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna get started because it's already like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and I do want to get some work done before the sun goes down. But the very first thing is to clean up our front lawn. So yeah, let's go over there. Right, so there's some builder on site, but basically what I want to achieve is, you see how in the middle, this piece here, I want to cover it with mulch because it's not somewhere that it's convenient for me to plant. And so the first step is to clean up all of these rocks, I guess, with the picker. I don't know, but we got to start somewhere, right? So let's do this. Hi guys, it's about 5:20 now, so that's like the end of the day because it's going to get dark. But this is my front yard progress. So I digged up all the dry soil and then picked up all the rocks, well, as much rocks as possible, threw down a bag of farmyard manure and then loosen it up. I also did a little bit of an edging around just to, I guess, border up a little bit to look a little bit neater. But yeah, I'm just going to fork the remaining look at Archie of the soil just to loosen up a little bit. And yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day. Right, I think I'm going to wrap up today's video. Thank you all for joining me in these 3 days to get started with, prepping the garden for spring. I'm kind of excited, although it is still very overwhelming as we go along. And turns out it's mouching, not mooching. Anyway, I guess we learn something new every day. So yeah, I hope this is not too long of a video. I think this video will end up actually being quite lengthy. So anyway, I'm not going to ramble too much. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Take care guys. Bye.